Hi there, this is Peter Upfold, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can do an in-place upgrade on CentOS 6 of Oracle MySQL 5.1 to the latest MariaDB 5.5. In my previous video I went through how to install PHP 5.5 and get that upgraded for a Moodle install that looked a little bit like this. But the other problem with upgrading to Moodle 2.7 was I needed to upgrade MySQL to 5.5. And if we're doing that, we might as well go to MariaDB, which has a much better roadmap, a much better project governance. So I'm going to show you how we can do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the MariaDB website. We go to Downloads and then the Repository Configuration tool, which is this. We can click on CentOS, which is the distribution we're running, CentOS 6, 64-bit, and then 5.5. We've got MariaDB 10 and now 10.1 available. They've got some new features. They're diverging a little bit from where MySQL was, but we're going to stick with 5.5 because we want that compatibility with the applications we're running. So we're going to grab this little repository configuration information here, and if we copy that, I'm going to go across to the server and we're going to use this to install MariaDB from the repository. Using the repository means that when there's an update to MariaDB, that will come through Yum Update just like all the other software updates. So we'll go across to the server here. We're going to make a new file in the /etc/yum.repos.d folder, and we're going to call that mariadb.repo and paste in that configuration information we just got. So I'll use the nano text editor here. So /etc/yum.repos.d/mariadb.repo. As I say, we'll just paste in that information there. And we'll save with Control O and then Control X to exit that. Now when I run Yum Update, it's actually going to immediately, now that the repository is enabled, it's going to immediately try and upgrade us to MariaDB server. We don't want to do that quite yet. We need to do a couple of really important things. First of all, we're going to take a backup of the whole MySQL server just in case something goes wrong and we can restore that backup. So we're going to do a Mysql Dump with -A for all databases. I'm just going to put that in the current folder. So before mariadb.sql. In fact, what I need to do as well is provide a username. So -u root, that's the root MySQL user, and -p will ask me for the password in a moment. So I'll press enter, I'll type in the password here, and that's just going to quickly dump the whole database. I should say the whole server, all of the databases on the server. So we check quickly, we've got a backup file now saved in this folder. If we needed to restore that later, we could just run mysql -u root -p, put the arrow in the other direction, and point the file at the command, and that would restore the backup. But we're not going to do that for the moment. So we've done that, the repository is ready. What we're going to do, if I just clear the screen to make it a bit neater, we're going to shut down the MySQL server properly so that nothing's going to stay open. So we'll do service MySQL stop, or rather service MySQL d stop. Now it's stopped. So what we're going to do is now we're going to run Yum Update. It's going to fail to install MariaDB server, but then we'll resolve that issue in a moment. So we're going to run Yum Update, and we actually need to exclude a particular package which is going to cause us some other problems and we don't actually want to use, which is the MariaDB Galera server, which I believe is for clustering. So we need to run Yum Update --exclude MariaDB-Galera server. You need to make sure that capitalization is right as well. So we'll let that run. Say yes. And you'll notice that the MariaDB server did fail. As I say, we were expecting that. So what we can now do is we can remove the old MySQL-server package, reinstall MariaDB-server, and that will resolve that problem. So we'll do yum remove MySQL-server. We'll say yes to that. And then yum install MariaDB-server. We'll say yes. Okay, and that's now succeeded. So what we're going to do is we're now going to start up the MySQL server, or the MariaDB server now again, and then we're going to run MySQL Upgrade to make sure that any tables that were in the old format for 5.1 have been upgraded properly. So we'll do service MySQL start. Notice that it's changed. It was MySQL D, and now the service name is just MySQL. It keeps the MySQL name, obviously, for the compatibility. So we've started the server, that's been successful. We're now going to run MySQL _upgrade -u root. This is the MySQL root user that you will have set a password for originally when you set it up. -p. I'm going to enter that password. And it's going to go through and it's just going to fix any issues that have occurred because of the upgrade from 5.1 to 5.5. And that's that. Finally, we'll just check that the MySQL server, the MariaDB server, I don't know which one to say now, is going to start up when the system starts up. So we'll do check config --list MySQL, and as you can see it's going to start on these run levels, so we know that when we reboot that is going to come straight back up again. So if we head back to our web browser, we can go back to this page here which shows us our requirements for Moodle 2.7. I've got to log back in. And you can see now the database 5.5.31 is required, and we're running 5.5.38. So in my case, I can now go ahead and do this Moodle upgrade to 2.7. So that's it. We've installed MariaDB to replace Oracle MySQL on CentOS 6. We're using the repositories, which means we'll get the software updates as and when they come out for 5.5, and we can continue using an even better version of the database server going forward. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.